But did you know one of Jesus' 12 apostles almost rejected him before he even met him? This isn't a made-up story. It's written in the Bible. A friend came running up to him and said, "We found the Messiah. Come and see him." And he answered with something that sounded pretty rude. Nobody expected that answer, not even him. His name was Nathanael. Today, we know him as Saint Bartholomew. Want to know what happened when he finally looked Jesus in the eyes? What he discovered under that fig tree changed the rest of his life. Stay with us. Nathanael lived in Cana, a small town in Galilee. It wasn't an important town. It never showed up on any famous map. Nathanael liked to think. He liked to read the scriptures, and he liked to tell the truth, even when it wasn't comfortable. Some neighbors said he was too blunt. With Nathanael, you always knew exactly where you stood. Almost every day, he sat under that same fig tree at the edge of town to think and to pray in silence. Nobody bothered him there. There, he could be exactly who he was, without pretending anything. And there, year after year, he was waiting, without knowing it, for something that didn't have a name yet. Nathanael had no idea that that very day, someone else was watching him, even though he couldn't see it. And right at that moment, his friend Philip came running towards him with enormous news. Philip arrived breathless, running down the road, almost tripping over his own feet. "Nathanael, we found him! It's Jesus from Nazareth, the son of Joseph." Nathanael scrunched up his face. Nazareth was an even smaller town than his own. Without thinking twice, he blurted out, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" Philip went quiet for a second, and Nathanael realized maybe he shouldn't have said it quite so loudly. It wasn't that Nathanael was unkind. It was that he expected something different, a powerful king, a famous city, a spectacular sign. Philip didn't get upset. He didn't argue. He just said 4 words, "Come and see." And Nathanael, doubts and all, decided to go see for himself. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said something that left him speechless. "Here is a true Israelite. There is nothing false in him." Nathanael stopped in his tracks. "How do you know me?" he asked, stunned. Jesus answered him, "I saw you before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree." Nathanael felt his heart skip. Nobody had been there. Nobody had seen him. But Jesus had. Jesus had been watching the whole time, even when Nathanael doubted, even when he said that thing about Nazareth. He didn't say it to embarrass him. He said it so he knew he'd already been known. And right there, under that same Galilean sky, Nathanael understood. Jesus didn't need him to be perfect. He just needed him to be honest. "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." That was only the beginning. What Nathanael, now Bartholomew, would live alongside Jesus had barely started. Bartholomew joined the other 11. He walked with Jesus down dusty roads. He listened to his stories. He watched him heal the sick. He watched Jesus treat a fisherman with the very same kindness as a tax collector nobody else wanted to look at. And one night, in a simple room, he lived through something he would never forget. Jesus took bread, broke it with his own hands, and gave it to each of them. "This is my body, given for you." Bartholomew didn't understand it all that night, but he kept those words in his heart, like someone keeping a treasure. It was the same simple gesture as always, breaking bread at the table, but now it meant something that would change the whole world. That broken bread would become for Bartholomew the beginning of everything that came next. After Jesus rose from the dead and returned to heaven, Bartholomew and the others stayed behind, praying together, locked in the very same room where they had shared that bread. Then the Holy Spirit came, like fire and like wind, and something changed forever. The same Bartholomew who once doubted Nazareth was now ready to speak about Jesus without fear, no matter who was listening. Every time he remembered that broken bread from the Last Supper, he felt that same strength in his chest, as if that simple meal was still feeding him for whatever came next. And what came next was a very long journey to lands Bartholomew had never even heard of. Bartholomew traveled to places with names hard to pronounce: Mesopotamia, Persia, Armenia, and distant lands people back then called India. Imagine telling your family, "I'm going on a trip." Where to? Not exactly sure. Very far away. Could take years. That's how adventurous Bartholomew was. He preached in front of kings and in front of farmers, treating them exactly the same. In every new place, he gathered those who believed in Jesus, and together they shared that same broken bread he had once received from Jesus' own hands. Every new community was born from the same gesture, breaking bread and remembering. But Bartholomew's journey finally led him to the hardest place of all. In Armenia, Bartholomew announced that only the true God deserves our trust, not stone idols people feared for no reason. That cost him dearly. He was captured for refusing to stay silent about what he believed. Tradition says he suffered greatly for his faith. We're not going to dwell on the details. Here's what matters. Not for one moment did he stop trusting. Bartholomew wasn't afraid because he already knew his true secret. That same broken bread from that night was still holding him up. The boy who once doubted Nazareth died as the most certain man in the world because Jesus had always seen him, and now he doubted nothing at all. Today, the church remembers him every August 24th. But before we go, there's something you need to know too. 1. Bartholomew wasn't born with perfect faith. He had prejudices, doubts, and sometimes spoke before he thought, just like you. And even so, Jesus chose him exactly as he was. 2. His secret wasn't being the bravest or the smartest. It was that same broken bread Jesus shares with you every time you go to Mass. You don't need to travel to Armenia or to India to be honest with Jesus. You just need, like Nathanael, to stop pretending. The very same look Jesus gave Nathanael under the fig tree, he's giving it to you right now, even if you can't see it. Remember the boy under the fig tree at the start of this video? The story ends right where it began. Stay for the last 30 seconds. There's Nathanael again, under his fig tree, not knowing yet that someone was already watching him. Now you know what Jesus saw in him, a sincere heart with no deceit. Today, you too can be honest with Jesus, with your doubts, your questions, and your whole heart. You don't have to wait until you're perfect. Nathanael wasn't either, and he still became an apostle. What would you tell Jesus if you knew he was already watching you? Tell us in the comments. The little red lamp by the tabernacle is still lit, waiting for you, just like it waited for Nathanael under that tree.